Welcome to Tesla Vision. Today, we will talk about the most recent Tesla news and updates. Let's get into it right away. Tesla has reached yet another milestone in the EV industry by installing more than 6,000 supercharger stalls in China. Tesla's accessories site Tasmanian reports. A Tesla Supercharger is a 480-volt direct current charging device designed to dramatically boost the range of an EV for up to 200 miles, while cutting the charging time to 15 minutes. Back in December 2020, Tesla commissioned over 72 stalls at Shanghai supercharging stations in China. The automaker is now having a total of 760 supercharger stations spread across more than 300 cities in mainland China. Globally, the company has more than 20,000 superchargers, which makes it the owner and operator of the largest fast-charging network in the world. Superchargers, in large part, are located on major routes near convenient locations. It's no secret that Tesla has been facing unprecedented growth in demand for its EVs within the Asian region, with customers purchasing the cars at a phenomenal rate. In addition, despite the disruptions caused worldwide by 2020, Tesla has managed to record total global revenue of $31.54 billion in 2020. According to the automaker's 2020 financial report, 21% or $6.66 billion of its total global revenues came from the company's sales in China. As of now, roughly 150,000 Chinese-made Model 3 vehicles have hit the roads in China. Tesla's tremendous achievements in China show that the electric car maker continues to blaze its path toward fully sustainable transportation. That is why the company is now focused on strengthening its network of superchargers. Tesla is looking to expand its network of superchargers in China to increase the brand awareness, as well as give its customers the confidence that they can actually charge their vehicles anywhere within the country. For any EV-making company, having a wide network of charging stations is one of the most important things customers consider before actually purchasing an electric vehicle. Therefore, Tesla's charging stations not only attract more and more potential customers, but also give the company a competitive advantage over other local car makers like NIO, BYD, FAW, and so on and so forth. In other news, Tesla has started constructing its first ever supercharger in Tel Aviv, Israel. The new station in Derech Menachem Begin 132 Tel Aviv-Yafo Azrieli Mall features 8 V3 charging stalls. These charging facilities will provide Tesla owners with an exceptional vehicle operation experience. Tesla's superchargers arrived less than a month after the Transportation Ministry officially approved the American electric car maker for imports into the Mediterranean country. As we speak, the automaker has already launched its sales website in the country, with the first consignment of its Model S, Model X, and Model 3 poised for delivery this year at the company's showrooms in Ramat Aviv and Petah Tikva. As Tasmanian reports, the automaker plans to unveil more stations during the second quarter of 2021. The company has already identified the sites of Beersheba, Haifa, and Eilat as ideal locations where these supercharger stations will be installed at the end of March of 2021. It has also hinted at installing additional charging stations in the country in the future. Tesla seems to have made an excellent decision to enter the Israeli market, considering that the country is planning to implement a total ban on the sales of internal combustion engine vehicles by 2030. The Israeli Energy Ministry wants 1/4 of all the vehicles sold in Israel to be electric by 2025. The American automaker is renowned for its environmentally friendly initiatives and impeccable technologies like the Tesla FSD beta program and the company's flagship autopilot system that offers traffic-aware cruise control, lane centering, automatic lane changes, self-parking, the ability to summon the car from a parking spot, semi-autonomous navigation, and much, much more. Tesla has released the prices for the Israeli market. Its popular Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which has a 280-mile range when fully charged, will cost around 177,213 shekels. The Model 3 Long Range, which boasts a range of about 360 miles per single charge, will cost 219,510 shekels. And the Model 3 Performance, which can go as fast as 162 miles per hour, has a starting price of 250,860 shekels. The Model S will have a starting price between 420,000 and 739,000 shekels, depending on the trim, while the Model X will cost between 446,000 and 645,000 shekels. Meanwhile, Singapore has started to embrace the idea of electric vehicles after years of doing little to foster their usage, in particular Tesla vehicles. While addressing the parliament last week, Singapore Transport Minister Ong Yang Kung noted that there is a net carbon positive impact with the transition from fossil fuel powered vehicles to electric vehicles. According to the minister, EV transportation in urban areas is the way to go, even if the electricity is generated by fossil fuels. Quote, "With our urban environment, Singapore is quite ideal as a testbed for the rapid adoption of EVs," the minister said. His sentiments come 1 month after the city-state set aside 30 million local or $22 million to boost EV-related projects. Singapore has in the past had a negative attitude towards electric vehicles. In 2016, one owner of Model S was fined 15,000 Singapore dollars for emissions generated during the battery charging. This did not sit well with Mr. Musk. He rebuked the city-state for being unwelcoming to electric vehicles. Quote, "The government is not supportive of electric vehicles," end quote, he wrote on Twitter. According to Zafar Momin, an associate professor at Nanyang Technological University's business school, the Tesla owners deserved a reward more than a fine. Quote, "Penalizing an electric vehicle instead of offering incentives like the rest of the world was contrary to Singapore's aspirations to be a smart and green nation," Zafar said. This particular Tesla owner was unfairly penalized for the emissions because the vehicle had imported had already been tested and confirmed by the automaker as the cleanest possible category of car in the country. Now, as the country is aiming to have all the vehicles run on electricity by 2040, Tesla is setting itself to officially enter the Singapore EV market. Already, Model 3 cars have been added on its sales portal in Singapore. Consumers can use the portal to order the Model 3 Standard Range and Model 3 Performance. Model 3 Standard Range car in Singapore is now going at 113,000 Singapore dollars, and its delivery period is set at about 12 to 14 weeks. It's worth noting that the price tag for the Model 3 is not inclusive of a 10-year certificate of entitlement, which could cost an extra 47,000 Singapore dollars depending on the capacity of the engine. Considering the geographical location of Singapore, Tesla Model 3 cars are likely to be made and shipped from Tesla's Giga Shanghai in China. As a part of the push to reach net zero emissions, Singapore is focused on sustainability-related policies and infrastructure commitments. For instance, the city-state has vowed not to register any diesel-powered cars or taxis after 2025. The government, through the Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee-keat, has also pledged to build over 60,000 charging points in private premises and public car parks by 2030. The government's efforts to ensure availability of chargers at public parking lots and public housing car parks will help improve consumer acceptance of electric vehicles. Alan Tom Abraham, an analyst from BNEF, said, "A shortage of public EV chargers can be a big hurdle to rapid adoption," he added, noting that it is particularly the case with Singapore, where most of the population live in dense, high-rise apartments that have limited parking spaces, let alone room for car charging stations. The road taxes levied on mass-market EVs have also been slashed to 40%. The government is also expected to remove the $5,000 minimum additional registration fee for EVs starting January next year. This will greatly help buyers maximize early adoption rebates, which are currently capped at 20,000 Singaporean dollars for every vehicle. Aside from the governmental support, Tesla's preferred financing partner, DBS Group Holdings Limited, recently introduced Singapore's first green car loan. The green car loan is offered at a rate of 1.68% per annum for individuals willing to buy new or second-hand electric cars. That compares to a 3.88% rate that is offered on regular personal loans. All these measures could help boost electric vehicle sales to about 4%, or around 3,300 units of total passenger car sales in Singapore by 2023, according to Bloomberg. By comparison, registrations of EVs, including taxis, buses, and passenger cars in the city-state stood at 1,396 in 2020, up from 1,334 in 2019. This statistic is as per the Land Transport Authority. Make sure to check out one of the videos shown on your screen right now. We post videos daily, so feel free to subscribe and stay up to date on all most recent news and updates.